Well, this coming June will be 19 years.
19 years. And no one thought we would make it 19 years. They probably didn't think we would make it 19 days.
I didn't think we would make it 19 days at first. After the wedding, it was rough.
We tell people we've been happily married for 11 years. It's good for pastors and their wives and people in ministry in general to get away and spend quality time together, because it's so important how everything could blend together and just become a big blur. And you need that time to pour into your spouse, for your spouse to pour into you, and even an opportunity just for you to celebrate, love on, and appreciate each other. So it's an opportunity to minister to each other. What would you say?
Well, I would say like this. I like the way you use the word blur. You have to be able to separate your bride from God's bride.
That's a good answer.
And the Lord is going to take care of his. So I like it when back then he takes care of his.
And I takes care of mine. I takes care of mine. With the help of the Holy Ghost.
Amen.
How long did it take you guys to really learn that?
Like most couples, the wife learns the importance of it before the man does. In many cases, because it's kind of hard for a pastor, especially a full-time pastor, to separate the fact that he has ministry, and again, I want to say it all could become a blur. You have ministry, you have marriage, you have family. Then ministry also is like your employer. And so you need a good, healthy, wise, balanced, secure woman to help you distinguish and let you know when you're blending them too much together or when lines are being crossed. You know, our mentor, Bishop Warren, talks about a book that he read that said, I heard the voice of God and it sounded a lot like my wife. I think many pastors, men in ministry, don't realize the prophetic mantle, even though their wife may not be a prophet. I still believe that they may not be a prophet to the nations, but they're a prophet to their husband. And they have some things that they can speak into their life, some guidance, some blunt, cut, and dry things that we need to do to be better fathers, better husbands, better friends to our mate, and of course better pastors as well.
And you know, one of the things I want to add is there's a scripture in the Bible that says, what good is it to save the whole world, lose your own soul? You know, so many pastors' families, I mean, you're under attack just by the nature of what it is you're called to do. And so while you're out trying to be God to everybody else sometimes, and it could happen very easily because everybody's pulling on you and tugging on you, you have to stop and say, wait a minute, you know, God ordained the marriage in your house, and that's your number one ministry. And so I think that based on what's happening in society today and even in the church world, we can see that it's necessary to keep that house in order, because without that marriage foundation established before the church, I mean, it'll grow up and it'll just crumble, it'll tumble, and it'll happen right before your very eyes.
You know, I'm from the South, and sometimes we make songs gospel, and especially, you know, quartet songs, we'll make them gospel. You know, there's a song that says, I'll go if I have to go by myself. And I used to love to sing that song all the time. And my wife, and even some of my upper leadership, will tell me how offensive that song was, because I was saying that I'm going to go without you all. And in reality, I couldn't go without them, because they were instrumental in me being where I am and going where I go. So my wife and part of my ministry staff borrowed that. That's one of the, you can't sing that song at the Pursuit of God church.
Never.
Well, we took Cancun once before, and that was a dream. And I think we would actually like to take our kids to Cancun. As a matter of fact, when we went to Cancun, I sat on the balcony the first 30 minutes and couldn't believe that it was just like the picture. You know, sometimes you go to a restaurant and you order a meal and it looks nothing like the picture. When we went to Cancun, it was just like the picture. One of the things that while I was sitting on that balcony, I said, I don't want my children to wait till they get 30, 40 years old before they're able to experience something like this.
Yeah.
So we would love to go to Cancun again, maybe Hawaii, but again, a family vacations we're going to take to New York this year with the family. All the family we're flying to New York. What about you, babe?
You know, I don't have a favorite place. I like traveling, but it's not real big. I just like, my husband knows I'm very introverted and I'm a quality time person, and so with him, let me make that clear with him.
Her dream spot is wherever her dream man.
Oh yeah, I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
A perfect day for us is just spending quality time together. And many times quality time for us is our house is always full of laughter. Laughter, vision, fun, just the children, all of the children laughing. So a perfect day, a fun day for us would be us at home with the children laughing, playing, watching movies, telling jokes, and then us getting our little close the door, do not disturb sign on there for the children. That's a perfect day.
He is going to have fun. Rain, sleet, snow. I'm again a very introverted person. He's very outgoing, and so, you know, if I get too introverted, he knows how to say something to just bring me out and just keep me laughing. I think that in light of the lifestyle that we have, if we didn't have laughter, we would have nothing.
There are so many things that's hard, and I'm not just saying this, there's so many things that's hard for me to narrow down to one, but I think
Top
that
three.
her love for God, her love for her children, and her love for me, and I gotta add for her love for people. She is a loyal, committed, just faithful person that you just can't find it. She sold out to God, she sold out to family, she sold out to ministry, she sold out to the vision. If I make it plain, she will run with it. She will make it, and that I love that about her. I know that no one else could handle me to that capacity as she does. Yeah. Or put up with me, etc., etc. It's comforting to know that I've got someone who is there for me. I mean, she's there for me. Even when I miss the mark, she's there for me. And no agenda. Her agenda is to be a good wife, to be a good mother, and to be a good daughter to God. And that's comforting me. I'm never worried about, am I going to come home? Is she gone, or is she trying to overthrow me and my throneship as being the husband, the man of the house? She is sold out on family, her husband, and God. And that's comforting me because I've always wanted a close-knit family. And she has given me the desires of my heart in having a close-knit, loving, sit-down, eat together, laugh family. She's given that desire. Something I prayed, I remember passionately praying for that at around 17, 18 years old. And she has made my dream of family come true.
I look at the purpose of marriage, just saying, God, you know, when you look at me, I want you to see a good representation of what the bride of Christ looks like. And so I take that to heart. God he had given me a revelation that, you know, our marriage was to mirror the marriage between the groomsmen, the husbandman, and the bride of Christ. And so I know how he sits and looks upon the church and sees how much the church is missing the mark right now. And I take it personally because I know I represent that. And I think that when we all get to the point where we realize this is not about mankind, this is about the will of God being done on earth as it is in heaven. Now, if it's like that in heaven, then what about my pride or my humanity can get in the way? And I think that too many times we make excuses for our humanity, but the word says he's coming back for a church without spot nor blemish. He's coming back for a glorious church. So that's what I strive to be, even in my marriage.